So you're getting ready for the LPIC-1 exam, right? Well, you absolutely have to get a handle on package management. Today, we're going to zero in on the RPM-based world. We're talking systems like CentOS, Fedora, and SUSE. All right, let's get into it.
Oh man, we have all been there, haven't we? You're so excited to install some new piece of software, you run the command and bam, the terminal just yells at you with a huge list of missing libraries and all this other stuff you need. It's gotta be one of the most classic Linux headaches.
But here's the good news. On these RPM-based systems, there's a whole toolkit designed to make that pain go away. We're talking about the RPM command itself and its really smart, automated cousins, Yum and Zypper. These are the tools that will make your life so much easier. So here's our game plan. We'll start with what packages actually are, then we'll get our hands dirty with the RPM command itself. After that, we'll see how to query and check our system, then unleash the power of Yum and Zypper, and we'll wrap it all up with a simple guide on which tool to use and when.
Okay, first things first. Before we start typing commands, let's make sure we're all on the same page. What even is a package?
Think of an RPM file, the ones that end in .rpm, as a perfectly packed box. Inside that box, you've got everything you need. The software already compiled and ready to go, any extra libraries it needs to run, and a little label with all the important info, like its version. Red Hat created this system to save everyone from the nightmare of compiling everything from scratch. Now, this right here is the most critical concept to understand. RPM is what we call a low-level tool. It's like a wrench. It's really good at one thing. Working on this single .rpm file, you hand it. But if that part needs other parts to work, well, that's on you. Yum and Zypper, on the other hand, are high-level. They're the whole auto shop. They look at online repositories, these giant warehouses of software, and figure out everything you need, grab it all, and put it together for you automatically. So let's roll up our sleeves and start with that foundational tool, the RPM command. This is where you get total hands-on control. These are the big three operations you'll use. To install something, it's RPM-IVH and the full file name. To upgrade, you swap the I for U, so RPM-UVH, and to get rid of a package, it's RPM-E. Now pay close attention here. For removing, you use the package name, not the whole file name. That little detail trips a lot of people up. And what do all those letters mean? It's pretty straightforward. I is for install. U is for upgrade. The V stands for verbose, which just means it tells you a bit more about what it's doing. And the H gives you that nice little progress bar made of hash marks. That's why you'll almost always see IVH or UVH together. Okay, RPM is for more than just putting software on or taking it off. It's also an amazing detective's toolkit for figuring out what's going on with your system. I mean, this is a core job for any sysadmin, right? What software is actually on this machine? What version is it? Is everything as it should be? RPM makes finding out super easy. The quickest way to check if something's installed is with RPM-Q for query. You just ask it, hey, is ZSH here? And RPM will instantly come back with the full name and version if it is, or it'll tell you it's not installed. Simple and fast. But what if you want the full story? For that, you use -Q for query info, and look at all the good stuff this gives you. You get the version, the architecture, exactly when it was installed, how big it is, even a little description of what the package does. This is your go-to for a deep dive. Ever wonder where a program scatters all its files across your system? RPM query. QL will show you every single file and directory that belongs to a package. Now, here's a little pro tip for you. What if you want to see what's inside an RPM file without actually installing it? You can use a cool command, RPM-2CPIO, to extract all the contents right into your current directory. It's super useful for investigating. All right, let's flip that around. You're digging through your system, and you find some file, and you're thinking, where on earth did this come from? Well, RPM-QF for query file is your answer. You give it the full path to any file, and it'll tell you exactly which package installed it. This is a lifesaver for troubleshooting. Now for something that's really important for security and system health. The command rpm.v for verify is like a health check for your installed software. It compares all the files on your system to the original package manifest. Has a configuration file been modified? Is an important file missing? rpm.v will tell you. If it prints nothing, everything is perfect. So we've seen how awesome RPM is for all that manual, detailed work. But let's be honest, hunting down dependencies by hand is no fun. It's time to bring in the high-level tools that do all the heavy lifting for us.
I love this analogy because it just makes so much sense. RPM is that precision wrench you use for one specific bolt. But Yum and Zypper, that's the whole garage. You just tell them what you want done, and they go get all the parts, figure out how they fit, and do the entire job for you. On systems like CentOS or Fedora, Yum is your best friend. The commands just make sense. Install, update, remove, search. It's that easy. The real magic, though, is that Yum connects to online repositories, finds the package you asked for, figures out all of its dependencies, and installs everything in one clean operation. It's a total game changer.
And if you're working on a SUSE or OpenSUSE box, you've got Zypper. And hey, look at how familiar those commands are. Zypper install, Zypper update, Zypper remove. It works on the exact same principle. These tools are designed to be powerful, but also really intuitive. Okay, let's bring it all home. For your exam, and just for being a good admin, it's not enough to know the commands. You have to know when to use each one. So consider this your official cheat sheet. Let's just run through this. For your everyday stuff, like installing software from the internet or updating your whole system, you're always going to reach for Yum or Zypper. Why? Because they solve dependencies automatically. But when you need to be a detective, when you need to see super detailed info, find out where a file came from, or verify package integrity, that's when you pull out the precision tool, RPM. It's all about using the right tool for the job. So that's our tour of package management in the RPM world. But before you go, here's a quick challenge for you. Let's say you want to see a list of only the configuration files that came with the ZSH package, not every single file. Which RPM query option would you use? Think about it, and remember, the man pages are your best friend. Nailing these commands is a massive step towards acing the LPIC-1 exam. Good luck!